Alrighty, so the first episode of the podcast of I Grew Up Different.
What is up, everybody? I go by Prince Quest.
And I'm Styles8, aka the Flame God.
Oh man, threw the AKA in there. I ain't even think of the AKA, but I ain't got no AKA.
Aka Mag, but I used to call you that.
Oh yeah. Oh, you took it back. God damn, that's high school.
That's what I do, man. I take things back. Speaking
Actually, I'll
of,
pay it further back.
speaking of taking it back, here's our first topic. The first anime that got us into watching the genre.
Oh man. Now, when we say we grew up different, it's not like nowadays where anime is accepted. Back when
Right.
we were growing up, you were ridiculed, bullied, all types of shit.
Right, like, it made you feel like, damn, am I just weird for just watching something that's entertainment to me?
hmm
Kids today, they got it so easy and they don't even really know it. But let's not be those guys.
That's not. I mean, because to be fair, anime is for everyone, and
Right,
all are welcomed in anime.
right. I'm just glad everybody caught on to how good it was.
I will say though, not to be that guy though, it would have been amazing to have like a Megan Thee Stallion in our time, repping anime as hard as she does.
Right. It would have been so awesome. All it takes is that one influential artist or something to make something popular among everybody. Even the cool kids of back then.
Right.
But alright, so yeah. Taking it back, what was the first anime or movie that got you into liking it?
Well, this is a funny story because I remember it for the wrong reasons. But the first anime I ever remember watching was an anime movie, and it was called Ninja Scroll.
Mm-hmm.
I have not watched it since I was a kid, so I don't know what it was about. But I just remember, Lil Prince Quest,
Mm-hmm.
just chilling in the bed with moms because it was late at night and we couldn't sleep. So sometimes if we couldn't sleep, we'd all gather in my mom's room and watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's channel surfing and she stumbles onto this she was like, oh, a cartoon. Let me just put this on for, Lil Quest. But what she didn't realize was that this was a rated R, quote unquote, cartoon. And so the second she turns the channel. It's a scene of a dude giving it to a girl from the back.
Bang, 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 bang. That's
And
crazy.
you hear the sex sound. You don't see anything because it's a silhouette, but you see the shadows and you know what it is because the
man.
noises don't help.
Dang. That now. Wait, was this on cable, HBO at night or some shit?
I mean, I can't remember. I don't think it was cable though.
Yeah,
I mean, I know we had Direct TV, but I can't remember.
I don't know.
I just remember after that happened, I was like, I'm gonna go in my room. And she just yells out, you better not be watching this when I come in your room. I was like, okay.
But was it a hentai or was it just an ecchi? Ecchi meaning that it's got sexual themes in it and all that.
It was an ecchi. Definitely wasn't no hentai.
Right, because then it'd probably be ridiculously big-breasted women and all that stuff doing things.
I mean, from the silhouette, she had big breasts. But no, it was a legit animated movie. In fact, let me Google it. But what was your first anime while I looked this up?
Well, it's gonna sound real typical, but it was most likely Dragon Ball Z and all that. Or maybe, honestly, I don't know, it could have been probably Sailor Moon and all that stuff. I'm one of those guys that feels it was alright to actually watch that. It was pretty cool.
I loved Sailor Moon. I never met another guy that watched Sailor Moon.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, hey, that theme song was lit. I don't care what nobody say.
Her transforming was lit.
Yeah, and that man tuxedo mask, I was like, damn, I wish
Hmm.
I was that cool.
Yeah, hey, I found it.
You did? Nice.
Yeah, I'm surprised I remember it. It came out in 1993.
Yeah, after I was put on this earth.
I, but I must have watched this in like 96 or 98.
Right, and most animes, you end up watching it well after it probably came out. Because some of them are probably a decade older than us.
Yeah, this anime film holds a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ah, man. Wait, is that good? I can't remember how they grade things.
That is good. That is very good.
Okay, good, good.
That is what they call a certified fresh.
Cool, cool.
And they did make a series off of this
Mm.
of the
So they
same
made
name.
the series after the movie?
That's what I'm about to double check.
Because that sound a little
Yes,
bit,
they did.
dang, that sound a little backwards. But hey, either or,
It
it works.
it, it came out a while after though. Let's see. It came out a full 10 years after because the movie came out in 93. The series came out in '03.
Mm. They must have
It
been, how many seasons is it?
looks like just one season.
Ah, man. It's probably got to be a great season. Because you know,
Yeah,
any anime that only had one season has got to be fire.
that's true. It's always the good ones that have the one season, and you're like, I want another one though.
Right. And then came certain animes people wish would have ended a long time ago. They feel like it ain't the same anymore. But beggars can't be choosers.
Right. But that was my introduction. But the animes I actually remember watching, I mean, you know what when we were born, so it was like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon. I have no idea how I stumbled upon Trigon and Lupin the Third, but I'm glad I did.
Oh man, those were dope. Trigun, I be randomly looking up the little guitar solo that played whenever it was a little cutscene.
Hmm.
Oh man, it was just badass. And he was a cool dude. He had the power to basically destroy everybody, but he was pretty chill. It's only when you got him mad that you saw the face of the devil himself.
Right?
But but it wasn't
Actually,
his
no, I
fault.
remember that. I remember
Yeah.
I got in the Trigon, Cowboy Bebop, and Lupin the Third. Yeah, that was all on Adult Swim.
Yes, sir. Man, Toonami, it had everything too.
Yeah.
Alright, the other ones I watch, like Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, what else? Trying to think what else, cause you name those good ones there. They all aren't coming to me. Oh yeah, another anime I watched, but this was when I was around like 19 or something. Cause at the
Yeah.
time I was like kind of staying somewhere else for a little while, cause I wanted to get away from home for a little bit. So I was
Yep.
like rooming up with my homeboy and his fam and all that, like helping around the house and all that. We had found this anime called Rosario plus Vampire.
Huh.
Another anime where they would think only girls would watch it because it's about high school. It's about this normal guy who ends up getting on the wrong bus to a magical school where humans are kind of despised. So he's around a bunch of monsters and everything, and he ends up befriending this main chick who kind of had split personality. I mean, you've seen DBZ. You remember Launch, the blue haired girl that turns blonde when she sneezes?
I do not.
Well, yeah, she had stayed with Master Roshi name. Actually, it wasn't Dragon
Oh,
Ball
that's who
Z.
that
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Okay.
She was more introduced in Dragon Ball than in Z. But yeah,
Oh, okay. Never mind then, because I grew up on Z. I didn't really. I think I was too young for a Dragon Ball.
of course I was too. It came out in the 80s. Dragon
Oh,
Ball.
I didn't know when Dragon Ball officially came out.
But anyway, yeah, launch. But back to it. Rosario plus vampire. The main chick who had met the boy, I forget his name right now, but her name was Mocha, and like she was a vampire, and she was automatically attracted to him because vampires like humans. She said he had a nice scent, and every time she would like nibble on his neck, but you know what that means. She taking a little bit of that blood, draining the boy every now and then. But
Oh, dare you take my blood?
I mean, it was a hell of a hickey. But
Oh,
yeah. So her thing is her family had put this like little cross on her. Like it wasn't hurting her or nothing. It was basically to keep her powers under control. Because normally she's all sweet and innocent, but when she takes that off, she turns into a silverhead, butt kicking vampire chick who tells people to learn their place. One kick, and then it's basically over. That was a whole running gag.
damn.
Then it introduced a succubus girl. You know,
Really now? Oh, I know
the
what a
one.
succubus is.
Yeah, she's the flirty one, like has the boobs and everything, like the little tail, long claws she can grow as powers and everything. And them two became rivals. And then they had another friend who was like, well, I guess a third rival and everything. You know how harem animes go. This girl was an ice creature. She was all sweet and innocent, like the little cutesy one. You want to be like, all right, you cool. I'm gonna hang with you. And then they had this little like underclassman. She was a witch, and in that anime, I think witches and everything were kind of misunderstood too, because they were more like humans than monsters. So yeah, she was judged also. So yeah, they all came together. Oh, but make no mistake, this anime did have some sexy moments. Like for one, the succubus girl's mom, oh, she was a damn flirt, and them things was thinging.
Well, if it's the mom's going to have them things stinging.
Yeah, and she a succubus, she a freak. Yeah, that
Oh
was a
yeah.
good anime. Oh, and also, when I was like staying up there, I also ended up watching High School of the Dead. That was something. Cause man, have you ever heard of that anime?
I have not. What's it about? It sounds self-explanatory, but what's it about?
So basically, high school, everything's going all good, la di da di da, and all of a sudden, the damn zombie apocalypse happens. They get into the school, do all this, and then there's this blonde nurse lady. I mean, if you want to talk about ridiculous physics, man. Like the second I saw that, because I was young, hormones and everything, I said, good God Almighty. I had to get up and excuse myself for a second. Like,
Oh, the dead or alive physics.
Uh, wait, I don't really know that reference, but yeah, the titties, hers was just huge, like ridiculous. I'm like, why? Oh, but also there was a funny part. There was another girl in there who was cool with like the main protagonist of that one. They did this whole shootout scene, shooting the zombies and everything, like because she had like a rifle strapped on her. He tried to grab the rifle, it was attached to her, but he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna use you as like a little a stand or whatever you would call it to keep the rifle balanced."
Oh yeah,
And
no,
it,
a kickstand almost. Yeah.
basically, so every time he shot, her boobs would jiggle and everything. And then every time it did a whole slow motion thing where they were just moving. And then there was this like karate type girl or swordsman girl. She was doing that. She dodged the fucking bullets. One went right past her titties on some Matrix shit. I'm like, that is a legendary scene. I'm like, wow. Whole time she was fighting them with a like wooden sword. I mean, the girl was bad with her skills. And then there was the school nerd who became part of the group. That motherfucker actually turned out to be a card carrying member of the NRA. So every summer he'd go to America and he'd go to the gun range, getting taught by a ex Navy SEAL or something. So that
Sheesh.
So yeah, basically think a kid who was bullied all the time and then everybody started turning into zombies and he was like, yeah, I think it's that time. He turned school shooter, man, but it wasn't even bad because they were already dead. But he knew something about guns though. And then they would have had another season, but at that time, when it was about to be one, there was an earthquake in Japan, so they kind of ceased that.
Oh, oh, damn, that was 2011.
Yeah, it was around that time.
Damn.
And then they ended up making a movie where they went to the beach. I hadn't seen that one, but I saw it when I was in like a little game store. And
Hmm.
yeah, that looked like it might have been crazy. But basically, it's basically like Walking Dead. I haven't watched the show, but it's basically like that if you need a reference.
I mean, Walking Dead, they have them didn't have like
Yeah,
them things stinging though, but
yeah, because theirs is more serious. This is anime. Motherfuckers out there dying, and then they gotta show big ass titties.
there was there was this anime I watched as a kid that I cannot remember, and I loved it. It was a show.
Hmm.
I even think it had. I think it was kind of popular to the point where they had that was in your Happy Meals toy at either McDonald's or Burger King.
Huh.
I can't remember, but I know it was a girl. It was sort of like Sailor Moon, but it wasn't. And she had like this book that shot out cards or like spells or something. I just know she had a talking cat on there as well, and the cat was yellow. And I think whenever she transformed, the cat would have wings.
Hmm.
I cannot remember, but I used to love that show.
I'm, I'm pretty sure someone like me could find something like that if I just have a little bit of information, because I'm good at Googling stuff.
I'm Googling right now.
Yeah. Okay, so yellow cat,
Or it could have been
spellcaster
cat
gun.
like. Maybe it wasn't a cat, but to me it looked like a cat, so I always thought it was a cat.
Could have been kind of like Sabrina, the teenage witch with Salem and all that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
sorta. Let's
Okay.
see.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I just thought of some other animes just now. I used to
Oh,
watch a little bit of Gundam back in the day.
I loved Gundam.
Yes, the one. Which one was it? I don't know why I can't remember each of their names because I know it's a bunch of them. But the whatever one had Tomo with the burning finger.
Well, let's see. There's a let's see. 95 to 96, it was Mobile Suit Gundam Wing.
I'm about to see. Yeah, Domon. Yeah, it might have been Mobile Fighter G Gundam. But yeah, it was that. Then there was another one called A Certain Magical Index, which also gave way to its follow up, A Certain Scientific Railgun, about these espers who all had like special powers, and they're all graded from like 1 to like 5 or something. And then there's this one guy who had like actually no powers, but in his left hand, every time he touches one of the espers, their powers just cancel out. It's
Hmm.
crazy. So that motherfucker could like square up with you, he punch you and everything, but if you touch him with any of your powers, it won't work. Because he had fought like the strongest esper in the whole city. His name was what was it? Accelerator or something. He had one of the most OP type of powers in that whole anime. Because basically, imagine like you just walking around, people trying to attack you, but every time they get close and try to hit you, they basically break their hands and everything. They get blown away. And if they tried to like shoot something at them, it just gets redirected. And that's just him breathing, moving around. He can even like deafen himself.
That's a bit extreme. Why would you want to deafen
No,
yourself?
no. Like, basically, I know this is kind of like switching to a whole different one, but Green Lantern, right? He can like make or do anything with his ring.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
I found out that he is not susceptible to mind control because of that. But if you can somehow make him believe that he's blind, the ring will make him blind for real.
I don't know how I feel about that.
But yeah, but the dude accelerated like think about this. Think about if something like some loud pitched noise is just going that could like scramble your brain and make your ears bleed. He can deafen himself so that won't affect him. It's basically like having noise cancellation headphones naturally.
I like that.
So something like that. So yeah, he can do that. And like he even quoted like you could so much as drop a like nuclear bomb on me and I wouldn't even feel it. He can even like rewrite the code of someone's genetics, I think. He was just OP. But then he ended up getting wounded and then his powers wasn't the same. Like he was always feared, but at the same time he didn't want anyone to fear him, even though he had turned into an asshole that they said, you want to get stronger? Kill these clones of this girl who's also a high level esper in the city. And that is the girl called Railgun. I forget her actual name, but that's who she is. Like somebody decided to clone her and make a bunch of them saying like, accelerate, if you kill all of these, you will improve your powers. But then he had to remind himself like they're not real people. They're basically lifeless dolls that can move around and everything. So it's basically like he's getting XP from them until he ran into the real one and said, so if I kill you, I'm going to pretty much skip all the regular stuff. And like she had a like one hit a quitter because she would like use a coin, and every time she like flicks it with her finger, it makes a rail gun, like a whole laser beam that can blast through shit. And he just treated it like it was nothing. He can even control the wind, man. Now that makes his reach unlimited because he would like make the windmills spin around and everything. He can just control how the wind current went.
Yeah.
It was a great one. It was a great anime. Also, what else? What
Well, let's
other?
see. I went down a rabbit hole. I don't think I'm ever going to find this show, so
Hey,
I'm gonna stop looking.
hey. If anyone can find it, it'll probably be me. All I need is what little detail you can give me. I mean, I found something from my friend that she said it just began with an X. I was like, damn, an X. But luckily, I knew of a website called Watch Anime Online, and I was just looking up every anime that had an X, and turns out it was called Triple X Holic. See, I can find things if given enough information and time and a description. Yeah,
But let's see. Um, Now we talked about animes. We grew up in animes. We watched growing up.
yeah,
But now what we got to talk about it, what it was like for us in school and at home.
right.
So it wasn't until I got to middle school where I started noticing that I got made fun of for liking and watching anime.
Did you
Uh,
openly say that you liked it to people beforehand?
you see, I don't know how it started. I want to say I was just talking about anime with some other kids that are talking about anime,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe someone walked by or something. But I just remember it was middle school where I started getting picked on for it.
Mm,
And for me, which is what I always look back at as kind of regret, I didn't like getting picked on, so
right.
I stopped watching anime. So
Right. You want to feel like oh, you
because I wanted to
made
fit in, and anyone listening, do not force yourself to fit in. If you like what you like and other people don't, it's fine.
right to hell with them. Those
Yeah,
people just didn't understand. I bet you they're of the category of people that ended up liking it after it went mainstream.
pretty much. And even at home, I wasn't made fun of for it, but I kind of was like looked at weird by my family.
Right. You were kind of
And
the
then
black sheep, right? Now that
and then
remember that.
come to find out, My sister and my cousin both loved anime. They just didn't want the family talking about them, so they didn't. They watched it in secret,
Damn, basically went underground to say we gotta see this.
right?
Damn.
But what was it like for you?
Well, luckily I knew I had a cousin that enjoyed watching this stuff and drawing this stuff just like me. But because of Yu-Gi-Oh and all that stuff, I ended up playing the card game in real life, and that in turn helped me to meet my first best friend in elementary school. Because crazily enough, I mean, I don't want to sound too depressing or off topic, but at one point in school, people actually thought I was a damn serial killer or something, only because I was quiet, kept to myself for the most part.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how the hell that rumor came about, but then, yeah, I couldn't make too many friends like that. But then I met this one dude, his name was Nathan, and then he introduced me to the guy Josh, and I noticed he played Yu-Gi-Oh too, and I was like, okay, cool. We played that, and we hit it off and everything.
Hmm.
So yeah, that helped. If that situation didn't happen, I probably wouldn't have made really any friends during my early school years. But mostly, I didn't have too many friends, so I didn't really have a lot of people to talk to it about, and then I was still picked at. People just talking stupid and everything.
Yeah.
But then I just said, I don't give a damn if they know or don't know if I like anime. I like this. This actually brings me enjoyment.
Yeah. I wish. I wish I had that confidence. It was just weird seeing the transition because, like, elementary school, it was fine. Like, almost everybody, like, you couldn't get on the bus without the whole conversation breaking out in the Dragon Ball Z, talking about either the Cell saga, the Frieza saga.
Right,
But then for some reason with middle school, it just like a switch hit or something.
right. It's people started developing some cliques and everything. They wanted to just talk about real world stuff, losing their imagination and all that. Fun loving, just because they want to fit in with their own little group of people.
I think the only anime that was cool to talk about where I didn't get picked on, and I mean, I liked it regardless, but it was just weird to see other people like it too, was Afro Samurai.
Hell yeah. You had a black guy as the main character.
And it was Sam Jackson.
Well, it was his Sam Jackson was the inner voice, but same thing. Cause he voiced Ninja, didn't he? Yeah.
And Afro.
Are you sure? He
Yeah,
he must sound
he
so
voiced
damn
both.
serious if he was doing Afro too. I thought he was just doing Ninja. Cause I
Yeah.
didn't really
Uh,
hear it when if he was Afro. But that's got to be range. That's why I want to. Well, then that's why I want to be a damn voice actor. Even though I don't got too much range, but I can do some stuff.
yep, Samuel Jackson, Afro Samurai, and Ninja.
That's crazy. I know he did both.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. I still want to know what era that damn anime took place in, because they talked about calling, leaving voicemails and all that, looking like they was in rural Japan and everything. They had cowboy guns and everything.
I will say that growing up and also Afro Samurai is a reason why I only stick to my certain niche animes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I only stick. I hate to say it like this because anime is anime, but I like pseudo grounded anime.
Mm-hmm.
So like I love like Lupin the Third, Trigon, Cowboy Bebop, Afro, Gangsta. I like animes like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Things that's not too crazy, but it's got some action in it and a little
yeah,
comedy, a little bit.
like the crazy I'll go for like in my head crazy animes that are out there. Like I love Space Dandy. I love One Punch
Yes,
Man.
Space Dandy was the shit. One Punch
And
Man, watched a bit of that. Yeah.
And I guess the extreme is Food Wars. I love Food Wars. It just makes me laugh.
Because the fact that they could make a whole anime about cooking food, Gordon Ramsay be praised, right?
Right. And trying to think.
I mean, shit, they made one about basketball.
They made one about ice skating. Well, figure skating.
See, it's you can basically make about anything if you know how to write something.
But yeah, man. I kind of wish I grew up in this era where
It was
anime
accepted, and you're
is,
cool for it.
yeah, like, but now I feel like, oh, damn it, because it's like catch 22. Hopefully I'm using the term right.
What's
Because it's
crazy
like
is I
being,
was literally looking up something and they used that term. I don't know much about it, but I'm assuming it's satirical or something.
no, let me go. I want to make sure I'm using it right, guys. Don't mind me. I want to make sure I'm using this phrase right.
Right. Shoot, I be using phrases that I just feel like they're right. Like I heard them used in a sentence one time and I feel like I can use it that way.
Right.
Yeah, it's good to
So let's
like
see.
look it up.
The, the meaning is a dilemma or difficult circumstance from which there is no escape because of mutually conflicting or dependent conditions.
Hmm,
So
that
yeah,
sounds right.
yes, I think I'm using it right. But I think it's like a catch 22 because us growing up being picked on for it is one thing. Because now we found out there were other people who liked it and other people that were like us, like black people and other, people of color. Because we
Hmm.
got RDC World.
Right.
And
And
like, you want to know the crazy thing?
what?
I did not know there were black cosplayers until I downloaded TikTok.
Man, I only found that out later on Instagram and all that other stuff. I was
See, it
like,
didn't even pop up for
damn.
me on Instagram, but when I created TikTok out of nowhere, I just see black people doing cosplay. I'm like, I didn't know this was a thing. I like this.
Right? And another thing, whenever people are cosplaying, it don't matter black, white, Asian, just go as the character, but do it in good taste. Like you don't have to change like your skin color like that just to be like that. So say somebody who is not a person of color wants to dress as a character who is of color. You ain't got to do blackface or nothing. You can
You
wear the
really
stuff,
don't.
you can just wear the stuff. It's cool. Just like shoot, if you wanted to go as like Goku or something, but you know you're black or Latino and all that, but you dress up as him, that's all right. Just go
Yeah.
as the character. I mean, unless it's like an alien who's like orange, like Starfire or something. Sure, you can like do the body paint for something like that, but still. And what's
And it's
crazy, people actually were pissed about that. Somebody was it for a live action Teen Titans or something? I don't know, but some
yeah,
girl
the live
was
action Titans because they made Starfire black, and even the creator was like, "Bruh, she's orange."
she is a fucking alien. Like
It's
they
like
don't
she's an
even go
alien.
by
Why do you care?
right. I was even reading some comments one time. They'd be like, "You really tripping over somebody who is orange? Like that's not even a human color to be." And she's not even from Earth. They don't even go by like skin color. They just a race of people as a whole. They ain't no black, white, and all that. They all the same color.
Right?
Um,
And also, people, if you see a black person cosplaying as someone that you see as white, because anime is anime,
mm,
it's not called blackwashing.
right.
They're not blackwashing a character.
They
They are
just
simply cosplaying as a character that you like and they like. Let them do it.
right. I mean, think about this. It's basically like a grand scale of Halloween.
Right?
Kids would dress up as many other type of creatures and everything. Ghosts, goblins, ghouls, witches, warlocks. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
So come on now.
And the
Just
reason
have fun.
oh, I'm sorry, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you good. I was just gonna say, just have fun and dress up, do all it. You ain't gotta like do blackface, say it's blackwashing, whitewashing, all that. Oh, and also leave that girl alone who they cast as Ariel. All right, I'm done.
Yes, leave Bailey alone. Because I know I read somewhere that people were going after Halle Berry, and she responded with, "I think you got the wrong Halle." But I'm still watching the movie.
Mm-mm-mm. See, people should be so bad they don't even know who they talking about.
Right? It's just like, and the reason I bring this up is, guys, I'm mixed. I look damn near white. Styles can speak on it,
Yeah,
but
but I
Styles has also met my family. So
indeed,
how
indeed.
how I ended up with the complexion I ended up with, beyond me. But you can dress as a character and, like Styles said, not be racist.
Right,
So with my complexion, I love Afro Samurai. I can put on a gi, have a sword, and the number two headband. People will already know who I'm supposed to be.
right,
I don't even have to do the wig. They just know, oh, that's he Afro Samurai fan.
right. Because it's always that certain outfit that's if it was a popular anime, they're gonna know. Even though a lot of
Yeah.
other people have worn gis, like you'll know that specific one with the sandals and all that, you'll know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's why, like, I go crazy when I see like RDC World. Because to be honest, I didn't know other, well, besides Styles, I didn't know any other black people that liked anime. So when I see stuff like RDC World on YouTube, that shit make me cry. Tears of
Right,
joy.
right. Like I mean, it's kind of sad to say. I only watch them like a little bit, like not religiously, but I know I've watched some of what they do and a good bit of skits, and I've reintroduced myself to watching them because I know, look where they came from, and they a few of them are related. You know that?
That I didn't know. I actually thought they were all like childhood friends.
No, like three of them I think are cousins. Like the main dude, and the other two, like the tall, slim one, it's a shame I can't remember all their names right now. But yeah, three of them are apparently cousins because I looked it up. And think, they all started small, and look at them. They created DreamCon.
DreamCon. I didn't even know that was them.
Yeah,
But I heard
they,
about DreamCon.
yeah, that's them. They
Yeah.
invented that. And look, it be popping and everything, selling out tickets and all that. Kind of mad I couldn't get mine, but it's all good. That time will
We
come.
gon' we gonna go. We gonna go one day.
Someday. But yeah, look at that. All started from them doing little skits, and now they made a place where gamers, cosplayers, just in general anime lovers can just come there and not be judged. Have fun.
Right?
Meet people who are just like you. You won't get teased or nothing. And I respect the hell out of that.
Yes. Damn, I lost. Oh, my point with the catch 22. So yeah, us being picked on for it, but now with this generation coming up, now I feel like they're going to get picked on it again, but because it's too mainstream, and for some reason with this day and age, whenever something is really loved, you just have to hate it because you don't want to see it be really loved.
Right. It blows up too quickly. They feel like, oh, you just got lucky. No, it
Mhm.
just happens. Like people just having
Yeah,
fun. Like good things come to you when you least expect it. That's why at times I try not to expect something and then it works. I mean, I could be feeling low, feeling like it's not getting me nowhere, and then look at that. It just pops up because it felt like I was about to give up on it entirely. And be like, yeah, that's why I don't like doing everything at once because I still want some mystery. Like, when is it going to happen? I want to be surprised when it does. That way I'm much more happy because if you know it's going to happen, then that'll just be boring.
yeah. Trying to think. Just just love what you love, and don't let anyone change that for you. You have no idea how bad I feel for letting people dictate what I watch. And it's no one's fault but my own. I could have easily just said fuck them, let me enjoy what I want, but I didn't. My thing coming up was I wanted to be in the in crowd for whatever reason. I wanted to be in the in crowd.
Yes, 'twas a different time.
Yeah. And heck, the reason I bring up RDC World so much is they show me a bunch of animes that I missed. And I appreciate them for that. I don't know half the animes when they do Anime House. I never seen half of them, but I
That's
love when they do it.
yeah, that's same with me. There's so many that I didn't really get a chance to watch at the time because back then it wasn't a million and one sources to go watch anime and all that
Uh,
online and everything. It
oh
was
God,
still
that's right.
budding.
Kids these days, man, they got Crunchyroll, they got Funimation,
Hulu,
Netflix.
HBO Max,
Yo,
everything.
you had to be right on time after school to watch Toonami.
Right.
And if you could, stay up as late as you could for Adult Swim to see, Inuyasha, Full Metal Alchemist,
Yu Yu
Death Note,
Hakusho, all that good stuff. Rurouni Kenshin,
right?
goddamn Tenchi Muyo. I just thought of that too. Like them Saturday mornings was just lit, man. They don't even do Saturday morning type stuff no more, man. I'm like, speaking of, now that I say that, there was something else I had discovered thanks to another content creator. They introduced what's it called? It's about these other guys who do a podcast. It's like I'm about to look it up to find a name, but they were talking about that like what happened to the days you could just have your homies come over, play the game, all that, just watch the shows and everything every now and then. You don't really get that no more because everything is blown up now.
Well, okay, now I can kind of attribute that to also COVID happened,
Well, yeah, that
and
too.
no one wants to be around no one anymore.
And that, damn, that's something. Yeah, let me see if I can find that. Lord, me and my memory. I got selective thinking. It takes a certain thing to trigger my memories. It's there. It just takes a bit. Let me see. Where is
but
it? Here it is. They're called You Play Too Much. The You Play Too Much show. It's on YouTube.
let me look them up right now.
Like, yeah, like the letter U play two, the number two, much. And yes, they are people of color. Yeah, the person who I just discovered them through is called Contraviction. Shout out Contra, she's awesome. I have frequented some of her streams every now and then, but she's a busy lady. She hadn't had really time for that. But that's the homie right there.
What was the channel again? I think I spelled it wrong.
It's it's called The U letter U play number two much show. I think it's like one word. You play too much, and then gaming or something.
Oh,
Yeah. Hold on. I mean, I can link you real quick if you want.
yes, please. I am having so much trouble finding it.
There you go. But yeah, but I see. I'm glad I got older because being that it was hard to make any type of friends and communicate and everything. I'm glad I was a homebody. Decided to get on Discord and all that. Probably YouTube and all that. Even when I decided to stream for a bit, it helped me discover some awesome people. And I'm thankful for that. I mean, shoot, I'm still blown away at the fact that I got to actually speak with and game with somebody who I'd always watched do skits like years ago. I never would have dreamed I could do something like that. So I thank COVID for that because that gave the person the time to sit down and realize she liked the game and all that stuff and stream. Her name's Jamie A. Riley. She's awesome.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, man. I stuff like that makes me happy knowing that something like that could have happened. Some just people I admire that I'd actually get to chat with and game. That will never not be awesome to me.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, it sometimes it pays to be in the house. Get to
It
be on
does.
there. discover people, be cool, make some cool friends and all that. But shoot, cause me, low key, aside from my demeanor and all that, because I kind of had to be a certain way to keep people from bothering me and all that, keep them from trying
Yeah.
me. I'm more positive than people would know. I mean, yeah, I have my moments and everything. I just be down, but I only wish the best for everybody. I don't want anybody to feel how I be feeling. So I uplift whenever I'm in like people's comment section for the most part.
He's not lying. Me and him went to school together. He is actually, people always think he's negative, but no, he's actually really extremely positive.
Yeah, it's just people make me out to seem odd and all that stuff. So shout out to those people who also naturally have like just high energy, having fun, doing all that other stuff. Me, my energy is there. It's just at times because I'm getting old. I can't really do it like that no more. But
Oh
yeah,
man, when I
those
was younger, I used to hate people with too much energy.
now it seems like damn. I wish I had just a little bit of that to just get me through these long days.
Right? It's like whatever you're on, I just want that right now. Just give me a little bit.
Just a little sample, a little
Yeah.
2 for 5 or something. But yeah, that's people like that are awesome. And like, I feel like, damn, I can't be like that, but I'm glad that people like that exist. Everybody just loves them. They're just so bubbly and vibrant.
And there's nothing wrong with bubbly and vibrant.
Nah,
Although us growing up, that was,
that
I
was
don't know
seen
about
as,
you, that was like a stigma almost, wasn't it?
right. Some people just didn't like them people. They'd be like, yo, you doing too much, trying to stop they shine.
Exactly. You weren't doing too much. You were doing you,
Right. I
and they didn't
mean,
like that you were doing you.
I mean, yeah, back then I kind of was turning to like, I don't know, just like I don't like people, and sometimes that energy was just new to me. I had never experienced it. I didn't know how to handle it. I wish I did back then. I would have accepted it more. But at the same time, I never like judging anybody. I just need everybody to just do them, be awesome. Don't be an
Oh man,
asshole. Live your life. Try to
I
uplift
am
more people than you judge them, and we be
I
all
am
good.
just now getting into that life because Styles knows me. I was judgmental as fuck coming up. But that's the environment I was in, always being judged. So I always thought I had to judge.
Right.
But you don't. People are doing them. Let them do them. It's not affecting you. It's not affecting me.
Yeah, 'cause I ain't gonna lie, even someone like me who tries to uplift people has been judged unfairly, but we don't really need to go into that. I hold no grudges against anybody. I try not to. That's not good for my heart or my mind anymore to hold any anger inside me anymore. I was angry for a good long time growing up, and I don't want that. It just wears me down. Because I
Yeah.
know it's ain't nothing like knowing that you're supposed to be the hero, but you trying to get made out to be the villain. That is horrible. Cause
I won't I won't I won't dwell on it too much. Yeah, I've been going through the same thing. Part of me sometimes thinks, I lived long enough to see myself become the villain.
yeah, that's what that 30 is starting to feel like. Cause man, it's only a few more months before I hit that third decade, and I don't know how to feel to be honest. Cause like, damn, all my good years is really behind me. But that just means I got to try and make some better years going forward. That's why every time, and I know anybody who I've like been in chats and all that stuff with all the time, they know I always say someday I do want to meet some of my online friends at some point. That's like on my bucket list of things I want to do. That and go to Japan and all that stuff. Every anime watcher wants to go to Japan. That's like the ultimate thing to do.
I mean, me and Styles lucked out. We went to middle and high school together.
Yeah, man. He was the one person I actually knew in high school. I'm like, that's what got me through that.
Thank you. I didn't even know that. Thank you.
Yeah, I ain't really had nobody else in there. You was the only one who I knew off rip.
And I was always the one to hang out with you and talk to you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Man.
high school, middle and high school, man, no one really approached anyone if they thought you were weird.
Right, unless it was on some stupid shit. I remember there was this one chick, I barely remember her name. She would always bitch at me for whatever reason. I'm like, hey, yo, chill. Cause I, man, at times, and I wasn't the only one. She was talking shit to my homeboy also and all that. I mean, he said something back to her. I was like, hey, yo, they ain't shit. They ain't putting their hands on me. They just talking stupid. I had like too much willpower for someone that age. I mean, yeah, I kind of felt like, damn, I should get even at this point. And I still kind of feel that way, but I know if I try to do that, then what's going to happen? It's just going to make the whole situation worse. So until they actually try and put their hands on me or something, which nobody ever did, all they doing is talking. I just got to be like, alright, because once I go home, I'm asleep and forget all about that shit.
I mean, I don't want this to get dark, but knowing me, I always have it in my eye of how I'm going to go out in life.
I mean, I get curious of that too. I'm like, damn, how is it gonna happen? Like, is it gonna
With
be something to be remembered, or am I just gonna go out on a whisper or something?
with me, the scenario that always plays out in my head because of what I'm like, I know it's going to be me trying to de-escalate a situation and me
Hmm.
trying to be funny about it. You know, de-escalate with comedy.
Right, trying to
And
break the tension.
it's either going to be something I started or just something I was trying to break up.
Right. So basically, you was the one that got in the middle.
Yeah. Because I know sometimes with how I talk and sometimes my tone doesn't change, so you can't really tell when I'm being sarcastic. Me saying a sly, sarcastic remark just to be a smartass, someone will take that different.
Right, you too, because sometimes, like, I gotta hold back a lot because some people are sensitive in this era, and I know I can't just say or do whatever because I'm just thinking about how other people would react. Because how I feel, I probably just, I don't know, I don't see anything wrong with some things, but somebody else may not feel that way. But then again, I wouldn't know if they don't bring it to my attention because I'll gladly not do anything to like cause a whole situation. That's not what I want to do, but you just gotta let me know because so many of us are so used to just doing something and people probably sugarcoating it and all that, not telling us that we're in the wrong, that we just feel like we're always right. And that's not good
That is
because
true.
they could be worried about how we would respond if they try to tell you what you're doing is wrong. And the older you get, I think that actually gets worse because you get so stuck in your ways you don't want to hear nobody tell you what you're doing is wrong if you're not used to it.
Yeah, it took a while because I realized, not even knowing, that growing up had instilled in me that I had a victim mentality.
Mm.
I would flip everything around and make it about me. Like,
Like you would say, okay, I'm the asshole in this. I fucked up, sure. Put the blame all on me.
it was either that or, I mean, why are you mad? You did all this to me. Like, you did X, Y, and Z to me. So why are you mad at me for finally standing up? And I'm not thinking about everything around it. Like what led up to it? What could I have done differently? Feel like I just confused my own self.
Then that means it had to have made sense. But yeah, no, it's and as much as I see so many inspirational quotes, they be like, there's nothing wrong with standing up for yourself. You got to speak on it. Don't let people take advantage of you and all that or make you feel less of a person. Because, truth be told, you would have more willpower than anybody else who would just fly off the handle at any little altercation. If you know you can be the bigger person and just be like, okay, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you rock, say what you gotta say, and let me be on my way and you be on with yours. Rather than get into an altercation and it escalates and then you gotta worry about this, that, and the other. Nobody has the energy for that. I certainly don't.
I don't either. Not anymore, at least.
But man, it's
It
rough. It's rough.
is very rough.
But that's why it's good to have those select few people who you can just talk to every now and then and make you forget about it for the time being. Just get you in a more stable state of mind. Like us, for
Ne-
instance. Sometimes when I'm mad, I don't want to talk like right away because usually I'm used to just being by myself, just laying down until I relax a bit. But I found talking every now and then, even if it's about random stuff, will get my mind off it. Because even when I'm mad sometimes, I find I end up laughing after the fact because I don't want to take it too seriously. I'll be like, did that really just happen? And I just bust out laughing like, God damn, what the hell was that? I'm
It
like,
happens to the best of us.
right. That's basically me back in the day. I never used to take things seriously. I would laugh in a serious situation and be like, I'm sorry. I just don't want to deal with any stress. I gotta laugh this off. It's not no disrespect in a serious moment. That's why I had to learn to like keep it to myself. Cause even in school one time, people basically said, like in high school at one time, I was laughing, something funny happened, and then I did the Kanye face. They was like, how can you do that? You go from laughing 1 second to having the most serious look on your face. I had to practice that.
I
Oh
remember.
man. But nowadays I sometimes I can't hold it in. Like I just that's why I end up thinking of random funny shit I watched before, like, oh hell not now. People gonna think I'm probably crazy just laughing out of random. But why not? Maybe I need that. Maybe that's my happy place to just think about random stuff that made me laugh or enjoy it rather than me looking up the stuff that brings me nostalgia and making me actually weep a little bit. Because sometimes that helps
Right?
too. Like, there's only a select few things that'll actually make me drop a tear, and I find that it's certain sounds from my childhood, an anime opening or a theme song from something or a quote that I saw that just reminds me of a better time.
Hell, how
Man,
how do you want better? I was rewatching the very first season of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I cried off the theme song. The theme song just started. Tears
right.
just started falling. I was like, "Oh
I
shit!"
man, I be looking that up too. I'll be like, ass. Those was some fire moments. Like it's wild. But yeah, we need that. We need that every now and then. That's why I stay doing it. Like one good tear coming out there lets me know I am human. I have my
Yeah,
limits like everybody else.
right. Oh man, this just felt really therapeutic too.
Good. That's what I try to do. I try to make everybody feel better if I can, even if I'm going through it. If I can make
But
somebody
how do
feel
you
better, I
feel?
feel like do good. I feel good.
Good.
I feel calm to be able to talk about this stuff. And just like usual, we go to whatever topic or just end up popping up going off of the main topic. Cause that's just good.
Exactly. And like, this is just, I mean, I'm proud. We finally did it. We talked about it and we finally did it.
Yep. It may not happen as soon, but all it takes is that one defining moment that could unlock the door to a new destination.
Right? Man,
So yeah, we definitely would have to do something like this again.
you want to do this bi weekly or weekly?
We don't have to see about that because we both out there slaving for the man at work and everything.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so whenever we would be free and ain't got nothing else going on during our downtime, yeah, we could do this again.
I'm really hoping we can do this like at least twice a like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that could work. Just gotta make sure it's on a good day when we both off. We rested enough to have our chats. And yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we about to make it to an hour that we've been talking about this. Any other anime related things you want to bring up before we end it?
Trying to think. I think we're all good.
Alright. Alright, but one thing, if you could have one skill or power from an anime, what would it be?
I definitely want invisibility.
Naughty.
Not in that sense. It'd be more so like to rob a bank.
Oh, that's even more naughty. So you basically say you will not use your powers for good.
No, it's going to be for good. I'd rob the bank, to help me first and help out people.
So be Robin Hood, basically.
Essentially, yeah.
Well, if it was me, because the power I want always changes, but for right now, I say I would want the power of fire.
Firebender.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it basically would be. Either that or I would be either like a firebender or like Fire Fist Ace from One Piece or Natsu Dragneel from Fairy Tail, the Dragon Slayer. Just some type of fire element because even though I was born in Earth, I was always attracted to the fire element because I knew I always had a burning passion inside me. I just haven't unleashed all of it yet. So you haven't seen my final form. Nobody has yet. They caught glimpses, but they haven't seen the full effect. So yeah, fire.
I like that. Well, everyone, this has been Growing Up Different
Yep.
with Quest and Styles.
Yes, indeed. We shall
You'll
be
be
back the next time with another topic. If you have any suggestions, let us know. We could talk about them.
hell yeah.
All right. So y'all, we'll see y'all next time. Any closing words?
Just be happy with what you like. Don't try to impress anybody.
Right.
Take it
I
from a
don't
guy
try
who's
to because
who's
that
done
shit is
that.
too much work.
Yeah.
All right. So I see y'all later. Peace. Flame out.
Latest.